stuff. So my name is Cristy. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Were you able to find the agency okay?
It took me a little extra time getting here from downtown because of all the construction, but after a couple detours, I managed to find my way here.
Oh, I can definitely relate. I commute here, and every day is an adventure. So anyways, before we get started, I thought it would be important to talk about confidentiality and the policy that we have at the agency. So everything that we talked about in our session will stay confidential unless there's an imminent risk to yourself or hurting others. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so yes, I won't share anything unless I feel like there's a need, right? Because you're gonna hurt yourself or others. All right. So what brought you in today?
I just have a lot going on in my life right now. I've had some difficulty kind of managing my responsibilities. And I have a friend who has a therapist, and she told me that it's really helped, so I thought that I would come in. So pretty much what's been going on is that I'm a full-time student, and I'm also working a part-time job with sometimes full-time hours, which I'll talk about a little bit in a bit. But also, my mom has been sick recently, so I'm basically kind of juggling school time at work, my mom being sick. My brother is completely being unsupportive of me. He used to kind of help me out with looking after my mom, but he's decided that he doesn't really want to help anymore. So I have a lot of assignments I have to hand in, and I'm just kind of feeling overwhelmed right now, especially with the holidays coming up. I don't exactly know how to manage all these things I have going on.
Okay, so it sounds to me like there's clearly a lot of stuff going on in your life right now, and let me just make sure that I got it all right. So you're saying that you have a lot of stuff going on with school as you are a full-time student, but also you have a part-time job. However, they're giving you a couple more hours than you like. And then on top of that, your mom is currently sick, and you don't have that support that you used to have from your brother to help you out. And it's just kind of all of it coming together and creating a lot of overwhelming for yourself. Did you say that's right?
Yeah, you did like a really good job. You actually, said all of the things that I mentioned. I think that that's kind of what's going on in my life right now for sure. Like you mentioned, full-time hours at my job, full-time school, looking after my mom all by myself now that my brother has decided that he doesn't want to be helpful anymore. It's just really kind of weighing on me, I guess.
Okay, so I'm wondering, what do you see my role being here for you? So what do you think, how can I help you?
Well, I was hoping that by coming to see you and like making appointments with a social worker that I would be able to maybe manage my time a little better, kind of, be able to manage my time to get my assignments in on time, and making sure that I'm also giving my mom the care that she needs, because I really do love my mom and I want to make sure that she's not kind of left in the dust because I have all these other responsibilities going on.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you could kind of, I don't know, like give me some tips, maybe some way that I can balance all of this, because right now I really don't know how I'm going to be able to do that.
Okay, and that's fair. And so it seems to me as if you want me to be an ally to helping you find some time management skills. Is that right?
For sure. I've always procrastinated a little bit on assignments, maybe handing them in like a couple of days in advance, but lately I've found that I'm kind of handing things in on like the same night, and things just keep on piling up. It's like the end of the term, I have so many papers and so little time to write the papers, and then having all these other responsibilities, it's just pretty difficult. So I think that if you could help me manage my time, that would be amazing.
Okay, I can definitely help you find ways that help you with time management skills. So for today, what would you like to focus on? As we've kind of said before, there is a couple things going on in your life. So which one would you like to focus? Which one do you think is your priority right now and would better benefit you from talking and helping out today?
So as we were talking about, I think that focusing on time management would be the most beneficial, and maybe I know that I'm managing a lot, so if you could help me kind of manage the school portion of what I'm going through, that would help, because I can like help my mom and go to work, but I feel like I'm having the most difficulty right now with getting my assignments in.
Okay. So can you think of a time where you mentioned in school before you were able to submit your assignments even before the due date? So what were you doing then that was helping you achieve that?
Well, I guess that when I was handing in assignments early, that was probably when I wasn't working as much, and before my mom got sick. I recently got a new supervisor at work, recently as in like the past couple months, and I did ask him for some more hours just to kind of pay off my student loans and be able to like rent my apartment and buy food for my mom and stuff, since I'm kind of like the breadwinner of the family now. So I think that when I got a new supervisor, everything just kind of started snowballing. So when I was getting assignments in on time, I would say that that was kind of like before I was working so much. Maybe I had some more free time and less stress going on.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you were able to better manage your skills at school and be better able to manage your assignments at school because there wasn't so much going on in your life. You didn't have the pressure from your work, and you definitely didn't. Your mom was not experiencing any illness at the time, and you had your brother at the time, right? So what would you say you were doing at school to help you? Did you have any plans in practice or anything that was helping you with that?
Well, I did. One way that I was able to kind of get my assignments in was just creating a schedule for when I wanted to work on things. So, say at the end of the term I had 5 papers left, and I had 2 weeks. So I would be like, okay, this Friday I'm gonna work on this, and then this Wednesday I'm gonna work on this, and kind of setting some mini goals to get them done. Other than that, I think that having a supportive relationship with my brother definitely helped, and having a good group of friends at school really helped me to get my assignments in. So, yeah, I would say scheduling and talking to my friends and my brother.
Okay. And would you say you have that right now? Did you keep up with your scheduling habits, and do you have your friends right now? Is that something that is currently in your life? Or, well, I know your brother, you're having a hard time with that relationship, but have you kept up with those habits for right now?
I've kind of let my scheduling slip recently. I just can't even really find the time to sit down and bring myself to write out a schedule. So I would say that no, I haven't actually been keeping up with the scheduling like I have in the past. I do still have a pretty good relationship with my friends at school, which does help, and they kind of keep me accountable sometimes. But as for the whole scheduling thing, yeah, I've kind of let that slip as I've worked more.
Okay, so from what we're talking about, I feel like there's 2 things that we can definitely highlight that were able to help you, and then maybe if you try doing them right now, might be able to help you. So one of them was your scheduling. As you've talked, you've kind of been a little bit busy, but do you think perhaps going back to that a planner or board that you had or something like that at the time would be able to help you right now?
Yeah, I definitely think that could help. I know that scheduling is important. It's just I'm having some issues kind of sorting my priorities and finding out what I really should slot into my schedule and what I should let slip. Because school is, of course, very important to me. I'm in my last year. I've been working hard for the past 4 years, and I don't really want to like sabotage my grades or my chances of getting into grad programs or anything like that. But also prioritizing my mom, prioritizing my friends, just having some trouble kind of like finding out what to even put in a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm having some difficulty with that.
Okay, and that can be definitely difficult, especially right now when you have a lot of things going on, and finding what priorities are, especially with time constraints, like you mentioned, your work is giving you a lot of hours, and that seems to be a lot of influencing a lot of the other times in your life, so not having a lot of time to do other things. So have you perhaps tried talking to your supervisor? So you mentioned you got a new one, and how's your relationship with that new supervisor?
Well, I haven't really had a lot of time to talk to the supervisor, like one-on-one, but he was overly accommodating when I wanted some more hours. I think that he's overall a pretty nice guy. Um, I'm just kind of, since I don't really know him very well, I'm kind of nervous to maybe ask him to cut down on my hours, especially considering he kind of went out of his way to make sure that I was getting enough hours in the first place. I feel like it might be a little bit disrespectful if I go up to him and I'm just like, hey, Trevor, do you think that you can knock down my 5 shifts a week to 4? You know what I mean? I don't really want to disrespect him like that. So I guess that in a way it kind of scares me.
Okay, so you've said that he seems like a really nice guy. Yeah, you don't want to disrespect him when you're asking him. Would you say that it may be, would you be willing to perhaps try asking him if it would be okay? Or if you're not comfortable, like you said, it's a little bit scared, is there anything other way that you think you would be able to tell him how you're feeling and what's happening right now?
Yeah, maybe if I could talk to my coworkers. I mean, I know that my friend, like my best friend at work, she's kind of has a good relationship with him already because she knew him from before he got the job. So maybe it would be helpful to kind of talk to her and get her thoughts on things. Because I don't really feel ready to go and talk to him right away. Mm-hmm. So
that's fair.
Maybe if I talk to her, it could help me kind of figure out who he is and how he might react, and also just keeping up with my friends at school because, like I said, school is kind of what's been bothering me the most lately. So talking to my supervisor's friend that I work with, and like talking to my friends from school, I feel like that might be an okay place to start.
Okay, and that seems like a good place. Just, get your friend and kind of get how would I be able to approach him without coming disrespectful and have that conversation with him so that it can become kind of like diminish that a stressor right now that work is having for you, and you can focus and again be able to think what are my priorities right now, and work. It's kind of currently on your way with school and also with your mother. Would you say that's something that you would be willing to do?
Yeah, I think that if I had less hours at work, then I would have more time to work on my assignments and maybe more time to spend with my mom, especially as the holidays are coming around. I want to make sure that I'm there for her, helping her shop, helping her like cook Christmas dinner and all that fun stuff. So yeah, if I had less hours, I think that would probably solve a lot of the problems that I'm experiencing right now.
Okay, and just to quickly summarize what we've talked so far, and you can take it away with you and see how it feels with you. So we talked about all the different stressors that are going on in your life right now, meeting deadlines in school and being able to accomplish that, but also being able to work and have enough hours, but now you're getting too many, and so how to figure out a way to meet your needs and also your supervisor's needs. And then on top of that, your mom is currently experiencing some illnesses and you don't have that support from your brother that was helping you out. However, we discussed that in the past you've used a planner to help you out with the schooling and scheduling everything else. So we've talked about perhaps picking that up again and trying to keep up with it would help you. And then in terms of your supervisor, just not approaching him one-on-one as if you don't feel comfortable yet, but approaching your friend and seeing what ways would I be able to tell him this so that we keep a respectful relationship. So would you say that's about right?
Yeah, I think that that pretty much summarizes what I've been experiencing in my life right now. I know that I kind of threw a lot on you. There's a lot going on, as there is for a lot of people at the school. So yeah, I definitely want to focus on getting back on track at school and fixing things at work because right now things are pretty hectic.
Alright, so for our next session, I would like you to maybe start using your planner and see how that works out, how it's feeling, is it helping you a bit, and have that conversation with your friends so you can find a way to talk with your supervisor, and perhaps after you have that conversation, we can talk about it and see what comes next, and then discuss a little bit more about your mom and if there's any role that I could do in there and any resources that we can have to talk about that a bit more.
Yeah, that sounds good. I definitely think that it would be helpful for me to work on the planner. And then, do you think that it would be possible for me to like bring in the planner and maybe kind of get your opinion on how I'm managing my time? Is that something that we could do?
So in our next session, we can definitely look at the planner and how's that working out for you, and what else we can do about that. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds so good. I'm actually feeling a little bit more relieved about everything now.
And I'm glad to hear that. So I look forward to seeing you in our next session.
Okay, thanks so much.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.